boys and girls, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Sir Alex Ferguson challenge. And as you can see, we're picking up where we last left off against United in the league, with United in the FA Cup semi-final and then Real Madrid in the Champions League quarter-final first leg. A big month of April sees us play in the FA Cup, the Champions League and the Premier League, and we've still got the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, City and Arsenal to play in the league. Nothing has changed. We're still 11 points behind Liverpool with 8 games to play. We beat them, we go 8 points behind them, and then we win our game in hand. We then go 5 points behind them. So all in all, lots to play for in the last few weeks of this season. We're going to go straight into this game against United in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, and this is the lineup. Rakitic in goal, Dodo, Aya and Bastoni comes in for Zagadou. Picked up a knock in training, going to be out for a couple of days. He should be back for the Madrid game. Robertson at left back, Barella and Zakaria in the middle of midfield, Embolo on the right, Marin on the left, Mata in behind, Fetty on the bench, Lascelles, Van Zanten, Shelby, Madison, Lima, Neres and Piatek. Let's go and get it. Let's go and see if we can get into another FA Cup final. 10 minutes gone, and first highlight of the game, Mata in behind the midfield. Robertson with that deep cross into Embolo. He heads in and heads the goal in, puts us in front. Newcastle 1, United 0. And Robertson with a really deep cross from quite a way out. Barella, Mata and Marin working the ball, and Robertson just swings that in, and Embolo's got the beating of Guerrero at left back. It's 1-0 Newcastle. Half an hour gone. Dallo into Brandt, and Barella's there to take the ball off him, and goes back to Bastoni into Barella. Barella down the left wing to Marin. He taking on Milinkovic-Savic. He luckily gets the ball to Robertson. Barella now driving in into Mata. Fetty. Can he turn the man? He can. Goes for goal. Hits the top of the crossbar. Unlucky from Fetty. Still 1-0 Newcastle. Corner just before half-time. Marin in swinger. Can't get it into a blue shirt. Falls to Mata. Barella shoots and shoots just wide. It's been a very even game with shots on goal and possession, but we lead 1-0 with Breel Embolo's goal on the 10th minute. Lovely assist from Andrew Robertson, and at the minute we are going through to another FA Cup final. Going to get into the team talk. Keep it calm, say things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better, and then just follow that up with, you weren't too bad, you can still improve. I've got faith in you. Go out there in that second half and produce the same thing. Milinkovic-Savic into Paul Pogba, out to Dallo. Lovely switch from Paul Pogba. Icardi comes in and it hits the post, it hits Rakitic, and we just manage to get it round for a corner kick. Guerrero, free kick. Pavard on the edge, goes back to Guerrero, back to Pavard. We're closing them down really well, but Guerrero's got a little bit of time and space, and Martial's there, but heads just over. 10 minutes into the second half, still 1-0 Newcastle. Rakitic goes long and trying to find Art, but only finds Ruben Diaz, who knocks it down to Pogba and Milinkovic-Savic. Pogba again into Milinkovic-Savic, and they're running the midfield, those two world-class players, and Pogba again in the middle. Mata trying to close him down. Martial now into Paul Pogba. Good patient football here from United. Martial now got the ball, gets the runner onto Guerrero, and it's a lovely header from Icardi, but just wide. Neres with a free kick just before he's come on, just after he's come on, and makes De Gea save, and they're going to start from De Gea's hands. 20 minutes to go. They go long, and Shelby wins that header, but only as far as Lukaku. Milinkovic-Savic back to Paul Pogba. Martial on the run, dangerous runner, and Rakitic is there to save it. Corner, Madison in, can't find a blue shirt. David Neres into Jonjo Shelby, goes for goal and scores an important second. Newcastle 2, United 0. Jonjo's second goal of the season, and he fires us in to another FA Cup final. They get it out by Milinkovic-Savic. Neres quickly gets the ball to Shelby, and he just pings this one in to the bottom right-hand corner, in off the post. Newcastle 2, United 0. Corner again, Madison in swinger this time, trying to find Neres at the near post. Bastoni been brilliant coming in for Zagadou today. Madison again in swinger, but can't get anywhere, and they get the ball to Martial. Milinkovic-Savic now. We've got 2 minutes left of injury time, but great tackle by Jonjo on Icardi. It's Shelby again into Madison, back to Shelby. Good patient football here from Newcastle, and Embolo knocks the ball down to Zakaria, and trying to find Dodo on the overlap, but Guerrero quickly gets in there and snuffs it out. A minute and a half left. Poor passing from United, and Arp's through, and Arp scores. He gets his goal today, 28th goal of the season. 3-0 to Newcastle. Game over. We're into another FA Cup final. And yeah, it's a poor clearance from Guerrero and Martial. They just hoof it clear. Zakaria is there to block that ball out. Shelvey quickly through to Fetiarp and puts it past David De Gea. We're through to another FA Cup final. Come on, boys. And there we have it. Full-time whistle goes. Great win for us. Both teams had 17 shots. We were just a little bit more clinical as it was going on target. A little bit more possession as well. Brilliant Bolo. John Joe Shelvey coming off the bench and actually matching an 8.1. A goal and assist for him. But Brilliant Bolo with an 8.5 getting player of the match. United really didn't show us too much with the amount of talent they've got. I was expecting a little bit more from them. But not to be. 3-0 to Newcastle. We're through to the FA Cup final. We now go to Madrid, the Santiago Bernabeu, and see if we can get a result to come back to St James's Park with. Here we go then. 2 lineups for this quarter-final in the Champions League. Leg 1 at the Santiago Bernabeu, and they're lining up with a 4-2-3-1. We're lining up with a 4-2-3-1. So their team is as follows. Courtois in goal. Carvajal, Marisic. We play against our former player who we sold to Real earlier on this year. Nacho and Alex Telles are the back line. Great back line for Real. Cruz and Bruno Fernandes in the middle of midfield. Cheki's under Isco and Gareth Bale on that left-hand side with Robert Lewandowski up top. On the bench, Ronnie Lopez, Belotti, Cabellos, Vinicius Jr. So got some attacking flair there if they need to bring people off the bench. We have got Rakitic in goal. Dodo, Aya, Zagadou and Robertson are the back line. Zagadou comes back in after his injury in midweek. Barella and Zakaria in the middle of midfield. And Bolo on the right. Marin on the left with Mata and Fetiarp up top. On the bench, Bastoni, Van Zanten, Shelvey, Madison, Lima, Neres and Piatek. Big game. We need something to hold on to bring back to St James's Park. Can we do it? Robertson with the ball at his feet, trying to find Arp up top. 20 minutes gone. Arp turns a man, goes for goal, but shot straight down Courtois' throat. 0-0. Half an hour gone now. Another highlight for us. They've had more of the game, but the only highlights we've seen have been for Newcastle in Bolo down that right-hand side, driving into the defence of Madrid, but Carvalho cuts that ball out brilliantly, and now they get the attack going. But Zagadou wins that header, but only as far as Cruz and Isco. Bale on this left-hand side. He's running at the defence. Lovely ball through to Lewandowski, but he fires it over. In injury time in the first half, Isco into Cheki's under, and Rakitic comes out and claims. Can we go on the attack ourselves? We find Dodo on this right hand side, and we need to break quickly. Dodo comes back into Juan Mata. Mata back out to Mbolo. Lovely little play here from Mbolo and Mata. Mata again, lovely through ball to Fetiarp. That's a great save by Courtois, nearly making the breakthrough in the first half injury time. Very, very even match between ourselves and Real Madrid. Los Blancos. Barca actually losing to Milan at the Camp Nou. Andre Silva scoring the goal there. But I'm relatively happy, actually, to be fair. Yeah, a couple of players not playing too well, but we're playing Real Madrid. We're not going to see players playing out of their skin. I'm just going to say it's time for everyone to dig in and give everything you've got tonight. We deserve to win this match. Let's go and do it. And then just follow it up calmly again with saying, you weren't that bad. You can still improve. I've got faith in you. Fingers crossed we can come out with something to go back to St James's Park with. Mata picking up that ball just into the second half, about 6 or 7 minutes into the second half. And Bolo finds the ball over the top to Fetiarp. He's one-on-one with Courtois again, but this time again the Belgian comes up good against Fetiarp. Robertson, 10 minutes into the second half, but it's a poor throw, but he gets the ball back to Barella, into Zakaria, a little bit of space now, into Mbolo. Mbolo goes back to Barella, quickly back to Aya. Aya now coming forward, finds Mbolo on that right-hand side. Lovely ball down the line to Dodo on the overlap, into Marin at the back post and hits the post, but Courtois is there to gather, and we're well on top with this one in the second half. Lewandowski into injury time in the second half, and Rakitic can't keep it out. It must have dipped right before the goalkeeper, and Madrid take a 1-0 lead with 4 minutes of injury time to play. Lewandowski just whips this ball into that, just dips right in front of him. A really, really horrible way to concede a goal, but it looks like we're going to be 1-0 down here. But we come again. Mata into Lima, into Shelvey, goes for a goal and shoots high and wide. And that is it. Full-time whistle goes. Madrid 1, Newcastle 0. Conceding in the 90th minute, which is heartbreaking, really, to be fair. But it doesn't It's not a bad result, really, to be fair. We still need to go back to St James's Park and score some goals, even if it was 1-0 or 0-0, and keep it as tight as we did today at the Santiago Bernabeu. So we will be back for that second leg against Madrid at St James's Park, and then we're going to bring you the Chelsea game. We're going to bypass the Leicester game and go straight to Chelsea and see if we can close down the gap to Liverpool, who actually have played recently. They played Bournemouth and they beat them 4-0. So we've got 2 games in hand on them. They're a massive 14 points clear at the top of the table. So even if we win those games, we're still kind of 8 points behind them. So going to be a tough task to reel them in. 29 wins from 32 games is absolutely ridiculous form. That's it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like. If you're new around here and you're enjoying everything that you see on the channel, hit that subscribe button and then follow it up with the bell icon so you're notified every time a video goes live. And until next time, Saturday, 12 o'clock, we bring you the quarterfinal second leg against Madrid and a big game against Chelsea, who are in 8th in the league. I'll see you soon.